Let's go. Once we finish the rooms in efficient manner, we come across a mandatory boss room that is important for story progression. Our first boss is Medusa, everyone's favorite nightmare on Classicvanias, and still is up to this day. She is one of the only bosses that is hard to keep the DPS tampering due to her patterns, furthermore makes her combo drop. We need to recognize all of them. But first of all, let's take a look at her basic data. Medusa has 2k HP and is weak to axe only, has no resistance to element and such. Let's take a look at her pattern. Her first pattern is Snake Punch. Medusa will swings her arm either left or right. She can also do both at the same time. You can dodge this by double jumping and whipping. Stone Gaze. Medusa will yell turn to stone. Fires a beam from her eyes, turning Leon to stone briefly. If you don't break out of it fast enough, she'll follow it with Pinball by saying just what I thought, where she is completely invulnerable by doing this. Dodge the same way as Snake Punch. Be wary that Pinball can also randomly appear when you're doing the DPS, so don't be surprised from it. Cursed Blood only happens if you push Medusa to the corner. She will try to float to recenter herself, dripping blood from her eyes, which damage you if you touch it. It's pretty much free damage at this point when she does that. The moment you take off her blue bar, she'll start doing patterns such as Summon. She basically floats up into the air, facing downward, to spawn tiny snakes which crawl quickly in Leon's direction. Dodge this by whipping and throwing axe. Secondly, she'll do Rock Shower. Also happens the same way as summons when you take off her blue bar. She yells, "Damn you," then summons a small number of rocks, which revolve around her. You can dodge this by simply running behind her, since none of it will hit you. Let's take a look how you really want to achieve this fight. You want to keep the combo indefinitely by looping Axe Triangle 3 times Axe. Then use Ruby every time you successfully get the combo 2 times. Okay, that was a solid fight. We have seen majority of her patterns and all of that, and we've seen the adaptation through this fight. So let's just review on this, like everything that we have gone through. You select Ruby before entering the boss room. The maximum amount you should be using in this fight is 4. Most of her attacks, as we have already seen, that can be dodged with a jump besides the Rock Shower. You can keep up this combo forever if she never bothers to attack. You should use diamonds when it's necessary, especially if you're low on HP or hearts. This actually can happen sometimes. Once you finish the fight and you kill Medusa, you should roll some turquoise to get the cross, unless we are going for a very optimal strat, which I'm going to talk about in the next video. Like most Castlevania games, you should always take the ore before you advance into a next level and such, but for our case, we're going to use Mineral Ticket a lot until a certain point, since we managed to make a save before we make an entrance to God and Forgotten by Time. So that's about it in Castlevania for Medusa fight. In the next video, we're gonna talk about Dark Palace of the Waterfall, which is one of my personal favorite part in that game. My personal favorite area. I'll see you there.